Dear kids, today we will play a magical game with these numbers. You can see these numbers from 1 to 9. And you all know these numbers very well. Let's start this game with Rajveer. Rajveer,
Yes, ma'am.
Rajveer, you have to think a number from 1 to 9.
Yes, ma'am. I thought.
Now you tell me if that number you thought of is in this box.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that number 5, 7 or 8?
No, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
No, ma'am.
Look here and tell me if that number is here or not.
No, ma'am.
Is that number here in this box?
No, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 6 or 8?
No, ma'am.
Is that number here in this box?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 9 or 5?
No, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is that number here in this box?
No, ma'am.
Is your number in this box?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 8 or 5?
No, ma'am.
Can you see that number here?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that number 9, 6 or 2?
No, ma'am.
Rajveer, you thought the number 3?
Yes, ma'am. How do you know?
Rajveer, this is a magical game of numbers. Now we will play this game with Ria. Ria,
Yes, ma'am.
Ria, now you have to think a number from these numbers.
Yes, ma'am. I thought.
Now tell me the number you thought of is in this box.
No, ma'am.
Is that number 8 or 7?
No, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is your number in this pink box?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that number 5, 7 or 8?
No, ma'am.
Can you see that number here?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 8 or 5?
No, ma'am.
Do you see that number here?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your number in this orange box?
No, ma'am.
Is that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is your number here or not?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 8 or 5?
No, ma'am.
Look here and tell me that number is here or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see that number here?
No, ma'am.
Is that number 9, 6 or 2?
No, ma'am.
Ria, you thought the number 4?
Yes, ma'am. How do you know?
Ria, this is a magical game. Now Kids, you will have to play this interesting game with your kith and kins at your homes. How do you play this game? I tell you about this. You know, Rajveer thought the number 3. You can see the number 3 is only written in 3 boxes. Let's count 1, 2, and 3. The number is 3 and is only written in 3 boxes. The number of boxes in which the number is written will be the answer. You know, kids, Ria thought the number 4. You can see the number 4 is only written in 4 boxes. Let's count 1, 2, 3, or 4. The number is 4 and is written in 4 boxes. Okay, kids. Now, parents must make this alluring game with their kids at their homes from their book.